Well, good morning. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower, and we're getting right into the Diamond New Testament today. It is Wednesday, so here we go. I'm inviting you to please like this video. I'm inviting you to please subscribe to this channel, and I'm inviting you to please share this video so we can get this information out to more people. Because here's what happens. The more likes a video has, that's the thumbs up, the more shares a video has, and of course, the more views a video has, and the more subscribers that a channel has, it drives the video higher up in the organic rankings, meaning that someone that's not necessarily looking for Jeffrey Daugherty, someone that's not necessarily looking for long-haired ex-Pentecostal evangelist, someone that's looking for spirituality, or someone that's looking for New Testament truth, or someone that's looking for, something more generic than specific, they'll be able to be exposed to our videos, and we'll be able to get more people watching them, and that's what it's all about. And we have the fancy Christian whistleblower today. Just finished doing something that required, a little bit of more fancy attire. So you get the fancy pants Christian whistleblower today. And we're going to go right into the book of James. And the book of James is where we've been. And we want to be able to show you the book of James. And we want to be able to talk more about the book of James. Remember, this is a Diamond New Testament. So we're going verse by verse, sometimes even word by word, through the New Testament. And I have done the Diamond New Testament, so I've been through this before, but as we go through this on a weekly basis with one another, I'm actually doing this cold, so to speak. So we do have a lot of revelations, we do have a lot of aha moments, we have a lot of great stuff that comes up on the program because it is recorded live, and it is, like I said, pretty much a cold reading through. And we left off with verse 16, which says, "Do not err, my beloved brethren. Every good gift, every perfect gift is from above, comes down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth, that we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures." So let's remember we're starting at verse 16. Let's go up to the interlinear and let's take a look at what the pure, straightforward Greek to English says. It's not "do not err," it's "do not be misled." Do you see that? Do not be misled, because again, James is writing the book of James. And again, the book of James is the first book of the New Testament. Well, Jeff, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, Romans, Corinthians. No, that's a lie. Reminds me of Nacho Libre. These eggs were a lie, Stevie. Well, this New Testament is a lie, Stevie. And they knew when the books were written. They knew when the books were published. And yet they decided intentionally to jumble the books all up so you can't follow what the New Testament really shows, what the New Testament really teaches. And James wrote his book, the first book of the New Testament, in response to the rise of the new fake Pauline religion. So James is saying, don't be misled. Let's look at the Greek word. You click on that number and it'll tell you, don't be, man, how good am I? I've been doing this a long time. When you've been doing this as long as I have, you get some feel for it. Do not be led astray. Do not be deceived. Do not be caused to wander. So essentially, James is saying, listen, don't let Paul lead you astray. Don't let Paul deceive you. Don't let Paul cause you to wonder. And I, Jeffrey Daugherty, as the Christian whistleblower, am saying to you today here, more than 2,000 years after these words were written, I'm saying to you, do not be led astray by Pauline religion. I know it's 2,000 years. I know it's the bedrock of Western civilization. I know everybody believes it. I know your mama, your grandmama, your grandpappy, all of these people. And I know Billy Graham and blah, blah, blah. I know. But James said it 2,000 years ago. And if you'd have listened to James then, you wouldn't have to be listening to me now. Do not be led astray by Pauline religion. Do not be deceived by Pauline religion. Do not let Pauline religion, be it Roman Catholicism or Roman Protestantism, don't let it cause you to wander from the true original message of Yeshua. Jeff, what are you talking about? Watch the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Go through the channel. Watch them all. And you'll know what I'm talking about. I prove it. I prove it. I prove it beyond the shadow of doubt to any objective mind. If you've got 2 or 3 cells up here, brain cells that are still objective, you'll see what we teach and you'll say, damn, he's right. I don't understand it. I don't want to believe it. It blows my mind. Knocks the headset off my head. But he's right. And the whole world has been led astray. That's a scripture. The whole world has been led astray. Where is that? The whole world has been led astray. The whole world has been led astray. Revelation 12:9. He has deceived the whole world, the great red dragon. See, this is one of those things where we get to that place. And if one of my books, I don't know if I don't have it here with me. It has the great red dragon on front of it, the final message of the last apostle. And the great red dragon is the Lord Yahweh, Yaldabaoth, Marduk, and he is the leader of Paul. So the whole world has been deceived by the devil, who Yeshua called the Lord Yahweh. Satan, who Yeshua showed was the Lord and Yahweh, and also called Paul Satan. That really means the adversary. So the whole world has been led astray by these adversaries, and it's been led astray particularly and specifically by Paul. And on a wider and more accurate application, as I spill my morning tea here, it means by Pauline religion. So don't let it lead you astray. Don't let it deceive you. Don't let it cause you to wander into error from the correct path. Listen to that. It's just so clear what James is saying. Do not go astray. Do not get off course. Do not deviate from the correct path, roaming into error. Don't be misled. The apostles gave us the correct path. The apostles gave us the message of Yeshua. And then here comes Paul, conning people to go astray, conning people to get off course, conning people to leave the correct path, causing people to roam into error, causing people to be misled. That's why he wrote the book. James wrote his book, first book in the New Testament, to show you Paul's a lying rat bastard. A lying rat bastard. It's so clear, and it does give me somewhat of a, it bugs me that people can't see it. And you're our brothers and sisters. You're the beloved. You're the beloved. You're the loved, the beloved. Those that are of the chosen one. And it's a real love. It's not a, you're a dirty, rotten sinner, do it my way or I'm going to burn you alive forever and ever and ever. Think of that. What kind of a being would burn you forever with ever-burning fire? You know, I've been watching The Man in the High Castle. Say Adolf Hitler. Most people believe the most evil man that ever lived. He lived, 70, 80 years? So even if he was the most evil man that ever lived, even if he did live 70 or 80 years, is it just to burn him for eternity? For 70 or 80 years of sin? That's not the God of the Bible. That's not the Father of lights that we're going to look about and the Mother of lights that would do such a thing to a being. So James 1:16, again, don't be led astray from the correct path. Don't allow yourself to be to get off the correct path. Why aren't we at James 1:16? Don't let that happen to you. Get yourself on the right path. And you do that, and see, that's what happens if you're trying to get to James 1:16 and it won't work up top. You can just go down here like we're doing and do it the old-fashioned way. It takes a little longer, but there you are. Don't be misled. That's my message for you today. Don't let yourself be misled. And then what comes up in James 1:17? Because every act of giving good and every gift perfect is from above, coming down from the Father of lights. And this gets back into what we talked about on our last show on the Diamond New Testament, that we are not filled with original sin. I have some people say to me, Jeff, why do you go over the same things over and over? Well, I'm going through the New Testament, word by word, line by line. And if James repeats things, and I repeat things because James repeats them, then James must have thought they were important enough to repeat. And if James thought they're more important enough to repeat, then guess what? Jeff's going to go along with the leading of James, and we're going to repeat them. He says, every act of giving good. And really, every act that the Father of lights does is good. What is good? Good is intrinsically good, good in nature, whether it's to be seen or not. And this is you, my brother. This is you, my sister. You're intrinsically good. You are good in your very nature, whether it seems like it is or not. Whether you don't see yourself as intrinsically good sometimes. Whether you don't see your very nature as good sometimes. Or whether other people don't see it, the Father of lights says, you're good. We just did a whole show on that. So James is just reiterating, look, everything that comes down from the Father of lights is good. Every gift that comes from the Father of life is good. And it comes down from above, and it's perfect. What is perfect? Complete, full grown. You're complete, you're full grown, your character is complete in the Father of lights. And it comes down. What does that mean? It comes down. It comes down, it comes into being, it descends. It reminds me of John 1:1. And let's just go ahead and show you this. This will be the kind of the last thing. Let's look up John. Well, let's just do it right here with, we'll go to John 1:1. See, James? We're just going to go to John. And we're going to go to John chapter 1. I don't really want 1:1. I want about 1:13-ish or so. What am I looking for? Here it is. 1:9. Yeshua was that true light, which lighteth every man that comes into the world. Every man that comes into the world gets enlightened with the true light. And James says it in a different way. He says it's every person that comes down from above is every person that comes down from above is filled with goodness and filled with perfection. Don't be led away from this. Don't be misled by the teachings of Pauline Christianity, because it's a lie, Stevie. And it does me good to be able to get on here and teach you these things and show you these things. It does me good to be the Christian whistleblower, jeffreydarty.com, christianwhistleblower.com. And we do all this to help you unindoctrinate yourself.